Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I am your LEGO host, Polar Bear, and I hope you enjoy this brand new comic book review. In today's video, we discuss a landmark issue of Batman Superman World's Finest, the 25th issue, which in this day and age seems to be hard to get to for some people, getting to 25 issues. People can't do that anymore. But that's you know what, that's neither here nor there. But today, actually, we're going to review a comic book that is actually pretty consistently pretty good. But this issue was kind of a stinker, to be honest with you. But I'm not even worried about that, because going forward, we should see pretty consistently, more good things. And this issue leads into the next arc, so that'll be good. It's got Mr. Mixiopedic in it, and Batmite, and the whole fifth dimension. It'll be like a good Silver Age type of thing, because... well, World's Finest is kind of like a Silver Age throwback type of thing. Anyways, other than that, I hope you enjoy some of the new changes that have been going on behind the scenes. You might notice it from the cold opening, and you might notice that there is a little bit of an animation going on. So if you guys do enjoy that, please give this video a like, because it's taking a lot of work and a lot of side stuff that I don't want to be doing. But it's worth it if you guys are enjoying it. So please leave a like and let me know that it's been worth it. But anywho, let's just get into the actual intro to this video, and then we'll get into the actual review. So, like this. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Polar Bear. Getting into this review, this issue is written by Mark Waid, and the issue's art is done by, well, two people actually. We have the artist who did most of the book, which is Steve Pugh, and the rest of the art is done by Dan Mora, whose art is just so beautiful and can never get over how good his Batman looks. Anywho, let's get into the summary review. We start the book with Batman and Superman coming to stop the Joker's current scheme. Superman clearing the gas and Batman going after the Joker. Batman and Superman then take the Joker to Arkham, and one of the doctors, who was Lex Luthor in disguise, discusses with the Joker that he needs something from him. He wants Joker to decipher a treasure map that he can't, because whoever reads for a prolonged amount of time goes insane. But as you know, the Joker is already insane, and honestly it's kind of wild, but you know what, that's how it works for him, so bringing in the Joker makes enough sense that Joker's not even going to go insane reading this treasure map or anything, even though... could he go more insane? You know what, not even going to think about that. We go to the Joker leading Luthor to an old subway, and Joker, talking to Luthor, tells him that he needs to make a pattern in the wall so that way they can go through the wall and get to a train that just kind of magically shows up. There's not really anything explaining this at all. It's a magic wall and a magic train that shows up. Just go with it. Joker and Luthor then, during the train ride, talk about why they each hate Batman and why the other one hates Superman. Luthor hates Superman because he has no powers of his own, and no one should be able to be above the human race, and Superman can basically enforce whatever he wants because he has the power to. And so he sees Superman more as of a threat to the human race than somebody that would help the human race, even though, he's Superman, truth, justice, in the American way. But, that's neither here nor there. And then the Joker hates Batman because, surprise, surprise, he just hates Batman. He wants to cause havoc all over Gotham City, and there's no rhyme or reason really to it. He's just, well, Batman's opposite. They then arrive to a cave where there are statues of the 7 deadly enemies of men. And Joker, laughingly, points out that it's Luthor's to-do list, which I found kind of funny because, I'm a simple man and I find jokes like that funny, so, The Joker and Luthor then go through a bunch of doors and corridors until they find the door that leads to the heart of Eternum. Joker and Luthor then run into the tests. The tests of taking down a beast that emerged from the shadows, and as it approaches Luthor to kill him, the Joker kind of just tases him with his umbrella that he bought from the Penguin, which I found, also kind of funny because, well, it is funny. There's not really too much in this book that you can take for... You can kind of take this whole entire book for a grain of salt, but I thought that was pretty... But also what I've learned from this book is just that Mark Waid's Joker is pretty funny, and I actually like Mark Waid's Joker. I should probably read the rest of Mark Waid's run, because the Joker is in it, but I'll get to that when... That'll be a whole other review. But, anywho... Luthor, going for the heart rock thing, then grabs it and it shows his deepest desire. And his deepest desire is to kill Superman and to gain all the power that Superman had, which makes a lot of sense considering you know how Luthor is. Except in like actual Superman continuity, but if you're a fan of like old Luthor, then this makes sense to you. But then the Joker betrays Luthor, which, you know, surprise, surprise, and he takes the heart. And since Joker and Lex are both holding the heart at the same time, it shows Joker's greatest desire. And Joker's greatest desire can't even be put into words, but basically it's just that he wants to end the world, and that it's pure darkness, and that's it. Really, the Joker just wants to destroy the world and cause chaos and havoc, and he wants everybody dead, and he just wants to be himself and, you know, be the clown prince of crime. We'll put it that way. But after Lex sees the kind of things that the Joker wants, he is basically forced to destroy the Heart Eternum. And he does that for, well, obvious reason. Well, actually, I should have pointed out earlier that the heart can actually grant the man's most wanted desire. So Luthor basically would rather destroy the heart than to have it fall into the hands of the Joker, because whatever the Joker planned, it is just too much for Luthor to even have the chance of Joker having the heart. So by doing that, the Joker's greatest desire can obviously not be wished upon. But in doing so, since both the Lex Luthor and the Joker were holding the heart, the wish of Lex Luthor when he destroyed the heart is granted, and the thing that he wanted the most was that the Joker to be back in his cell at Arkham Asylum, so that way he could be left alone, and so that way the Joker couldn't do any of the things that he wanted, because the threat of the Joker is way, way too high. But that is basically how the comic book ends. It's the Joker and Lex Luthor's first team up, and that is it. Well, that's not true. We actually have a prologue. Or is it epilogue? Prologue, epilogue? We cut into what will be the next arc of World's Finest Batman Superman. But basically, just to give the prologue a summary, and like I wrote the whole thing, the whole script of World's Finest before I read the prologue, and I'm concerned and confused, because basically it starts out with Superman feeding the animals he saved from poachers many, many years ago, and if you know this from the Silver Age, you know that, well, how that goes. He saved the animals and wants to put them back in their home world or whatever. And then a portal opens up and basically sucks in Superman and all of his animals. And then we cut to the Batcave, where Batman's robot dinosaur comes alive, and then Abraham Lincoln comes out of the giant penny, and Abraham Lincoln and the dinosaur fight, and Batman is looking at Robin, and he's like, call Superman, because whatever is going on here is not right. But then, all of a sudden, a portal appears, and guess who comes out through the portal? Superman himself, with all the animals, and then a whole huge fight ensues, and then the dinosaur is fighting Superman, but Abraham Lincoln is then fighting Superman, and then the dinosaur gets kryptonite teeth, and it almost kills Superman, and then all of a sudden everything just disappears and goes back to normal. And then Batman and Superman call out their fifth dimensional people things. I don't know what to call them. Their mites or whatever. Mr. Mxyzptlk and Batmite. I hope I'm saying that right, because that's a hard word to say. But basically, they come in and they come through, and Mr. Mxyzptlk and Batmite are like, we need your help because somebody is killing fifth dimension people. Which is kind of crazy, because, like, if you can kill fifth dimensional beings, that is probably not good for the DC universe. Even though this World's Finest thing is in its own little kind of own continuity, that is just wild. So I'm looking forward to the next arc of World's Finest, I'll tell you that. And the art is still going to be by Dan Mora, so that's going to be great. And then we have Absolute Power coming out. That's going to be great. But anyways, that is the end of this review. As for how I would rate Batman Superman World's Finest number 25, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10 Lego Bats. Because honestly, it still wasn't, honestly, the greatest issue. There wasn't any action going on. There really wasn't any development going on either. It was kind of a rare miss, but that's okay. We'll get on the next issue next month. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And especially, please leave a like if you like all the things that have been going on in the channel. And I will check you guys out in the next video. Don't forget to keep collecting what you like. Peace.